Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are doing a breakdown of the Summoner event, the Summoner Resort, the Summoner Camp, all this stuff. So where do we begin? The first thing to let you know is there is a spreadsheet. The same thing that I did last year, I have now done the same. So we're going to be doing how this event works in this particular video. I'm going to be doing 3 videos in total, 2 today and 1 tomorrow. But there's one spreadsheet. That's it. That's kind of like, there's a lot of like explanation needs to be done. But this spreadsheet is very self-explanatory. This is what it looks like. It's got multiple tabs, which you'll see on the bottom of the screen, where it's got like how the event works. Let me just put a red circle around that particular area. But yeah, how the event works, objective type, milestone rewards totals, the store, and Hexa badge spending tips. There's still some tabs I need to work on, but it's pretty much kind of like solid in there. So let's kind of like remove that and just going to go over a few bits and bobs before breaking down the event itself, which you can see. Yeah, objective types, multiple different types of objectives. This information is got from information from Kabam, but we've got like a whole host of things which we need to go over. As I said, separate videos, separate things, but in a nutshell, we're going to go over the event. So everyone all pumped, all excited? Yes, and we should be all excited for this particular event, because it is made more straightforward, right? It is made a lot more straightforward than you might think. You'll be able to check out certain tabs and also like solo event things where we've got the Summoner Resort and Summoner Camp. Now, from what I gather, you do need to spend on the +1 in order to have access to it, especially because the Summoner Resort pass is needed for these particular rewards to be got. So yes, this is going to be spending and non-spending, and that's what the spreadsheet is. It does cover spending and non-spending, but how this event works is different than the last one. As I said, we're going to break down it now. Information's on the spreadsheet, information in the description. So in a nutshell, we're going to walk you through some of the things right now. So on a daily basis, you'll do the objectives, and the objectives do differ. As it says, complete a quest, earn points, and claim summoner milestone rewards. And based on the info that I've got from Kabam, these do change somewhat. So, here's an example of one. Defeat champions of matching or higher rarity to earn points and claim the summoner title. Win fights against champions on the opposite side of the class. Wheel, cosmic versus skill, and so forth. So those are kind of some of the various ones. Do a parry, do a heavy attack in a time of inputs being terrible for this game. You do that, you get yourself some sunglasses. What does the sunglasses do? That's terrible English. The sunglasses will then unlock something on the milestone the same way. By spending all this month or, doing leveling up a champion, you'll get a milestone. That's not part of it, that's an example. So you'll get more milestones in the Summoner Camp. And lots of spicy things are on offer for these particular things. Whether or not you've got a small energy refill, whether or not you've got a larger energy refill, whether or not you've got a whole host of things. Lots of lovely things until you get to the end and you see 300 units and you go, oh, that's nice. You'll also see certain other things, these kind of like Hexa badges and stuff like that. All very important things to the progression of stuff. So by spending players get double the amount of rewards, which we've just clarified right there by getting the resort. So the camp is what us common folk get. I myself am not spending on this one, but I do go over in the spreadsheet an idea of, okay, well, there is more on offer for those that are spending versus those that are non-spending, but you get double the amount. You also get entry into something. If you saw your announcements in the update section under Summoner Camp, not that one, Richard, the Summoner Camp now accepting, you'll see that Summoner Shards, you can get a solo objective 3 times over the space of the 3 months. Because to point out, which if you didn't know already, this repeats 3 times. You don't get all those milestones once, you don't get them twice, but you get them 3 times. So you get 3 times the amount of milestones. So that means that you could get 6 load of milestones or 6 loads of events done and all those milestones and lovely things if you are a spending player. Okay, that's something to point out. But also do be warned, those that are spending, in that you will have to buy, from what I gather, and this is a first presumption of this, you will need to buy this 3 times. So it's not $8.99, $9.99, it's double that, it's 3 times that. So 3 times $9.99 is what you'll have to spend in order to get all those things. And it could be a big issue for you if you then are looking to buy certain things in the stores, which the Regal Resort is for those that are spending. So Regal Resort for those that are spending, Happy Camper for those that are non-spending. That's something, again, important to mention. Again, what else is on offer for people? What else to kind of like let people know? Apart from there being 2 stores, you will not be able to get the best, greater Hexa badges rewards until the latter point of the 3 events. Again, to further kind of like explain that particular point, if you're looking to get your Hexa badges come right at the end of the solo event grind, and as we've said, these particular Hexa badges are after the 30 odd days, and as I said, they come 3 times, right? So you're kind of going like, okay, well, I want the Hexa badges. The Hexa badges look like the Deadpools, which look a little bit like this. Those are the greater Hexa badges. And then if you go to your store and you go to, like, we'll go Happy Camper, so go with the non-spending, and there we can see right there, there's a Mythic Awakening Gem Crystal Bundle, right? That's Hexa badge symbol on, so you can buy that. There's also dual class crystals on offer that you can go and pick up as well. Those have got the greaters. Same with a 50% tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystal, and also like a few other things as well to kind of like to mention with that. So those are the spicier things. If you go to your particular area and go down to the bottom of various different places, those are where the spicy things are, and decision making on purchase is going to be important. You can only get 3 greater Hexa badges in your grind, and even like if you go to the milestone, the milestone rewards tab, totals even in the spreadsheet, you can see we've totaled that you only get, by my head right here, that there's 3 greater Hexa badges on offer and 30 standard Hexa badges. Very important to understand the differentiation between those particular 2, because it will be important to, as I said, you can only make this decision once of what you buy with your greater Hexa badges. Unless if you're spending, and then you'll have access to the Regal Resort and be able to get much more. Well, get that and some more as well. So that's kind of like just something else to point out with it. And as we said, spenders get access to the additional objective. And we've also said that this repeats 3 times, which you can see on screen right now. That, you know, these are the length of times. There's 3 there that kind of rotate around. So that's that. And yet you can buy bundles with Hexa badges. Those are kind of like your standard currency, if I was to kind of describe them. So they are blue, and also kind of different spending options are going to be available for them. So you kind of go, okay, right, well, I want to get myself some tier 6 basic fragments. There's 2,280 there. I can buy that 1, 2, 3 times the cost of 3. There's something that I'm putting together when it comes to a Hexa badge spending tips section, but I'm still working on that. That's going to come out, I think. Look to a version 2 of this spreadsheet in the next 24 hours, and we'll have like some spending scenarios or advisories, or top spending or kind of like good value kind of things to grab. So I haven't really kind of decided on how I'm going to work that in. But non-spenders get a lesser amount when it comes to those particular rarer fragments and items. Spenders will get more premium stuff, they'll get more spicier things to go and grab, and they'll get nexuses with the platinum versions, because spenders have, after doing the milestones, get more spicier types of platinum. They get platinum Hexa badges and standard ones, and also greater ones. So there's kind of loads on offer for those that are spending. And the thing is, if you are looking to spend, this is good, but the downside is you've got to spend 3 times. That's the sad side of things. Kabam looked at last year's business model and went, hey, we can make a bit more money by rolling out the same thing, if not more spicier options the following year. So that's kind of like that. That's that right there. And I think that pretty much concludes it when it comes to saying like how this event particularly works. But as I said, be warned on those things. Make sure to do your objectives. On a plus side, there are, I think, 2 or 3 objectives that can stack Similar how like things like the objective crystals stack. You think you've got like 3 of them and then that's it. So make sure you are grinding, make sure you're active with this because you don't want to lose them. They're going to be very, very important to you, and especially for the long-term investment of what you pick up from the various different types of stores. And as I said, like the spreadsheet for this is in the description down below. I've worked a good chunk of today on this because I just want to make sure we're getting the best info, especially compared with what happened last year. And as I said, this spreadsheet will cover lots of different things in different areas. It has the how the event works, objective types you go up against throughout the month, milestone rewards totals, which I'm going to focus more on in another video because we're going to compare against last year. There's also a store breakdown of all what is basically on screen right now from in-game. And finally, there will be a Hexa badge spending tips section, but I'm still working on that. That's going to take a little bit longer. But this event actually looks quite good. I would say that spenders do get an advantage, but also a disadvantage in the extent you got to pay for it. But if you are looking to invest, and this is the final point I want to leave for those that are considering the spending or non-spending, is that this point right here is that there is value on the units volume you take home as an extra 1,170 units from the event based on, 390 times 3 that you get as an additional. If you look to the value of that from, say, a spend perspective, where does that put you in that particular element and line? So say you're spending about, I don't know, it's not even going to be $25.99. You are getting value back from what you're spending based on that. There's also more increments of things like your greater platinum Hexa badges are going to give you some more spicier stuff. There's also more tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha fragments on offer in the Regal store, larger increments on offer compared with that's in the Happy Campus. So there is value there for those that want to spend. Good luck to you when it comes to this event, and check out the spreadsheet, and hope it helps. Hope this stuff helps. Thank you for the support. Thanks for watching. Make sure as well check out some other content which will be located on screen right now. The next video I'm going to be posting is a rewards breakdown video going into more detail with the spreadsheet that I've been producing, and then a third video which should be released tomorrow will look at the spending tips. So yep, check out this 3 video series. Thanks very much everybody. See you soon. Bye bye.